This is Suzanne Wagner. Thank you for joining me, and we are doing the Numerology and the Astrology for August 23rd, 2020. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 17, and if you add the 1 and the 7 together, you get the number 8. The number 8 is about breath. It is the number that connects us to the divine through our breath. The war cry that's been happening, I can't breathe, which was, of course, given to us in a terrible event that happened, continues to show the importance of a world with fresh air and freedom. Both give life and lift. Both give us hope and inspiration. Both are essential for a calm and peaceful world. Without air, none of us would be able to survive in this world. What will thrive is nature. The plants and things that thrive in CO2-rich environment will actually be so happy and proliferate. But humanity that has been doing things for a long time to deprive the world of its natural formation of oxygen may have more problems. The number 8 is all about breath and prana. Are you holding your breath right now? Are you fully breathing? Are you afraid to take a full breath? There is a fear running through the world, and that fear is making so many people barely breathe. The shallowness of thought that some have is a reflection that we are not willing to take everything in. So they live inside a small area of their own mind and shallowly breathe. That is the only way to stay complacent in a world that is upside down. But to wake up fully, you need to take a huge breath. To come back into your body, you will need to take a huge breath. To be born again, you will need that breath to become the anchor that brings you into this realm. And when the going gets tough, you will need to breathe like you have never breathed before. Much is about to be asked of you. Much is going to happen that you will have to deal with. Much of it is not going to be pleasant. To move effectively through it all, you are going to have to breathe in order to keep going. So today is that day to practice. Breathe in, breathe out, pay attention to nature, notice the beauty that is happening in nature. Step out of the mind as much as you can and step more and more into your body. The astrology for today. The moon is in Libra until you wake up, and then it moves into the intense sign of Scorpio on Sunday and Monday. Some people will want to share their deep feelings and connect on a much more vulnerable level. Others will want private, quiet time. Scorpio is a great focus and diving into that research project that you maybe have needed to do. But it will add a layer of drama in the external world. This emotional moon combined with the Mars in Aries is a bit tricky to navigate. More hidden things are going to come into the light, and you are probably not going to like them at all. Mercury and Pluto are in a bit of a duel, and that can wind you up in ways that you may not want. Expect some mental tension and let it motivate you to handle those things that have been a problem. You might notice a bit of paranoia right now, or you might see that in others. Do not drink the Kool-Aid laced with poison that will cause more emotional trauma and suffering. Let go of needing to be constantly put into situations that upset you to feel alive. Peace is the way to happiness, not more news and conspiracy theories. Do not take others' positions as a personal affront to your position. It is okay to let others find their own path. They do not need to take your path to find their way home. Sometimes the long way around is exactly what someone needs in order to make sense out of the many conflicts that they still hold karmically inside. Let your thinking be creative, but know that impatience and shallowness are wanting to pull you off center. You have tension and more pressure than you can remember in your life at this time. It has been building for a while. But focus on how much stronger you are and how experience has given you a degree of stamina that is becoming helpful and essential. My quote for today: we have lost sight of the cycle that is the process of life. We are disconnected from the sacredness of strife. We cannot exist without the sacrifice of others, but we also must honor them as our brothers. And my blog for today. There was once a farmer who had a cow, a few chickens, and a couple of sows. He knew he had to work to keep things alive. Keeping up was where he thrived. He needed the animals like the sky needs the rain. He needed that connection that life and death was a chain that connected all things into one life leaving as another is begun. We have lost sight of the cycle that is the process of life. We are disconnected from the sacredness of strife. We cannot exist without the sacrifice of others, but we also must honor them as our brothers. Much is being taken. Life is being shaken. Those that are mistaken are trying to awaken. Within the cycle, death shows the way. When hope is lost, do not dismay. There is a truth that cannot be lost, even when everything familiar has been tossed. You will discover the greater meaning of life, and when you do, that truth will cut like a knife. Cut you away from the chaos of your mind, tear you loose from the illusions that kept you blind. Many things will happen, and you will feel and perceive, and some things that your mind could not conceive. The truth is that you know not where you are going, because as you evolve, a great wind is blowing you out of the traps in your head, showing you that your fear is nothing to dread. Your fear is a doorway where truth stands alone. Truth is bigger than your mind. It is a cyclone. Thanks, everyone.